life for now. Keep the AK under lock and key, and now B is free as they run in again. Oh, it's just B play after B play. Double up for Pesadeo. And they just love this bomb site right now. MIBR do not have the answers for it. Even when they're stacked, even when they have fast flanks. Team 1, brutal entries and a brutal ending, 13-11. And it's buy eco for MIBR. They might have only one rifle round left here and now.
And thanks to that little anti-eco being nice and clean, right? You might have lost skulls early, but outside of that, you're feeling good. It means that you're still in this position if you're Team 1 where you can sustain a loss. Team 1 can feel it. Like, this is the path to a victory in this series. They are currently on track. The GPS has taken them there. They've just got to drive it over the line. MIBR, their future a lot more uncertain. Once again, a lot of B presence showing early. A bit of utility thrown into mid to keep the attention of MIBR. I'm looking at Yell right now on this minimap. He's got Cello alongside him. I would love to see some kind of aggression out of these two, but at this scoreline, with the game turning against them, they don't want to throw it in. The aggression could be the key to finally having these rotations in the right place at the right time for MIBR. Oh, that nade's good. Damage onto these boosting players shows that MIBR are aware that this boost is a potential. Danico is so blind. That kill is free for PRT, but then it's anything but. In with 2 and almost a 3rd. Shiz needed to go big mode there if he wanted to hold down the fort.
Yeah, Maluki just runs in on his own. His team weren't even with him. I guess he wasn't ready for barrels, but that's a very awkward spot. Bolts with the lineup, and that's a 3-piece for him. Yeah, that should have never have been, going on. Maluki's just trying to get the bomb out of there, I assume. He could have waited for his team and trades would have been available instead to line up for Bolts in a different way.
It feels like that's one of those moments, right, where because you're so close to getting this game over the line, like you're just wanting to lend a crushing blow to MIBR. Maluki gets a bit ahead of himself, loses the bomb out in the open. They could have regrouped, they could have played that in an even odds scenario and had a much better chance of finding it.
Yeah, great round from MIBR though, right? Like all the B anchors step up, double for Shiz, triple for Bolts. Needed that. These B holds have been very weak. Coming down to clutches, coming down to retakes, so they can't get over the line. And they're still going for it. We haven't even seen A in this T side. We haven't even looked at the top side. And we finally might need to because they've lost that opening kill. Malbs is dead. And Team 1, do they reroute? Oh, the spam. Oh, it's annoying. It's the Doja lineup. And he's done good damage. PRT put down to 6. They could boost up again. Oh, this looks more like a fake than anything. Door getting swung, and already the AWP is re-aggressing to catch these players out of connector. Gets the info and the kill onto Maluki. The AWP is out of the round. Yell backing up further and further. They're getting closer. Cello still out on an island, still fighting for it. Yell's dropped a bomb, and Cello's going to close it flawless for MIBR right at the very end. We finally see that A site, and it is not pretty for Team 1.
So that big speech I gave about how it's MIBR feeling the pressure and how it looked good for Team 1. Yeah, that's not the case anymore.
Flipped on its head.
Yeah, this game hasn't had like much rhyme or reason. It's just been like great adjustments from each team to salvage a few rounds, and then finally, like, your opponent has an individual step up or makes a switch of their own. And it takes you a bit to get back into the swing of things. One thing I will say is I think for MIBR here, right, this is where you could draw on like the more experienced voices in the team, right? I think for Team 1, you're probably very excitable over the prospect that you can be taking this series. You're probably gunning to just get it over and done with as fast as you can.
Yeah, we are seeing some of that, right? Like these constant B rushes, like that was a desperate rotate to A. Like that was never going to work. MIBR had the perfect positions for it, and Team 1 were just running it with dry, no util. They used all their grenades on a B fake that obviously MIBR aren't falling for. When you see a bunch of nades hit a site and not a single person pushes, well, that's just the most obvious fake you can be. And so, yeah, it can get scary. Like, Team 1, do they have the depth? Because right now, we're not seeing much more than, don't get me wrong, different variances of this B play. But now, when it starts to stop working, what is your answer? What is your solution? Fast through the smoke and the mow down from 2. There are trades, but Shiz is still here at Monster, and he has been lights out this evening. Another kill to close, and it's going to be a 3-piece from him. MIBR up by 1, 2 out of the series. And, oh, this is getting very, very tense indeed. Another timeout for Team 1. And they need it more than ever.
Yeah, it's sad to say, especially after you see, like, from this Team 1 squad, on a map like Train, these guys have got so many solutions to problems. Well, here on Overpass, it's starting to feel like a bit of a one-trick pony, right? Like, you make the B plays happen a whole bunch, you're feeling good about it. But what else have you shown us outside of that? As you say, now that it's not working, they keep trying to go back to it, and the round count is just ticking up and up for MIBR. These B holds have really turned around. You're not exploiting them in the same way.
Yeah.
And now they're dominant when it comes to the B plays.
There's nothing wrong with even ending B here in this round. I just love to see them show.
Yeah, it just doesn't have to be right away, right?
Like, and that's something MIBR are really good at.
There we go. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. Like going outside Monster, waiting. Like often getting given kills. When they weren't, they were defaulting on A. They were taking that mid control, and then they were going back down to the late B plays. That could be an answer for Team 1, and they've put PRT in position to hold that Monster area. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them go down late con. This is like the epitome of a default right now, right? 1 B, 1 con, 3 mid, working it. And then as long as con is cleared from the mid side, they can go down and end B. I like what we're seeing right now. Oh, that's a spot. But they're not going to see much off of it. And yeah, even that smoke only makes it look more like an A play, right? With the door going off, they're going to clear con, walk up. Now, Yell, he could really throw a spanner into this round if he can get some kills off this AWP. Team 1, I mean, they have no B info now. They might even just be, in for a penny, in for a pound, in for this A site. Dodging the flashes, jumping up. Cello's in the toilet. He's a top performer right now. Yell is not giving it up. Bolt has come to join as well. And Yell, oh, this could be his. Cello stolen the kill. They're coming out from long. 2 lined up. Cello gets a second. Bolts pokes his head out, but he's only good for damage. Yell needs to do something incredible now as he is out on an island, out on a limb. And with the AWP in shotgun mode, he's got a kill. 3 on 2, calling for help, but no one here to answer the call. Yell has to survive on his own.
Skulls knows that a big play is going to get made, but back-to-back with Yell. And Yell's in with back-to-back kills. Maluki is suddenly asked to 1v3, and with 14 seconds, he's got no choice but to save MIBR. Experience might be ringing in king over Team 1's gung-ho attempts to get this game laid to rest.
The saddest part about all of this is because we've seen so many B plays, Team 1 don't actually know what MIBR are doing at A, right? Like, they don't have that knowledge in this game because they've not been there. The one round, other than that they go A in a gun round, is the one where their B execute failed, and then they ran up connector into the same thing. The toilet setup with Cello and Yell with the AWP. It was the exact same result. And so they don't know, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen. Like, this is what we've got to come up against. Even like taking Fountain and then coming down toilet, or coming down connector before they go toilet into B, probably would have been more successful. But I do admire that they tried to change up and went back to that A site. But right now, they are in a world of hurt.
They're suffering from success, right?
Yes.
And that's almost the problem,
way,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah, man, they had such a good time over towards B that they refused to acknowledge that it was no longer working. They kept believing in themselves, and there's nothing wrong with believing in yourself, that they would be able to break this B hold apart. But it's left them
with nothing.
With no experience, no knowledge as to what the A site has in store. And MIBR, they've still got a huge bag of tricks left to fall back on if Team 1 do manage to break apart this B or A hold.
Oh, Yell, he's going for it now. He's gunning for the close, and he might get it. The orb. Oh, Maluki with the quick pick. And now there's an orb to be retrieved. That nade, hoping to blow it out of the reach. But, oh, Mal's just gone for it. He's yoinked it, but he won't get away with his life. Bolts with a perfect timing on the smoke spam. No info. Just, well, game sense more than anything. Timing, even. Skulls is holding middle. Danico has slid himself into a sneaky, snaky spot. It's very hard to clear. It looks like hilarious, but when you come up Monster and you look right, you don't see that unless you look up as well. Can easily be discounted. Shiz does mean he has to play both positions now at B, but it's worth it if they discount Danico. Skulls has been holding mid all round, and he might finally get something from it. Cello pushing the boat out. Oh, the timing.
Oh, man.
He swaps after a minute of
The thing
Deagle.
that's so sad as well is we've not seen any A aggression from MIBR. So often they've just been tucked. Now we have this double hold at B, and even though Shuz is dead, Danako is going to help him out, and it's all left on to Maluki. The first shot misses, given one more chance to remove this player now. A 1v2 for Maluki. The AWP, 38 HP, and the bomb on his back, trying to get it planted. 25 seconds on this clock. Cello and Bolts watching on from the heavens. Now swing wide. Maluki dead to the spam, and the defuse is in for MIBR. We may as well get that music back in. Roll the music in, because MIBR, they take this series 2-1 over Team 1. They get it done. And it's heartbreak for the Team 1 crew.
Sì,